Many thanks for joining us. Correct me if I'm wrong, but how significant is this visit? I believe it's the first visit by a serving Prime Minister talking to and about Gibraltar.
I think it's absolutely huge. Let's see what's happened in history. I think the only time we've had a British Prime Minister come to Gibraltar before was when Wilson came to Gibraltar, but to do the Rhodesia negotiations off Gibraltar. But to deal with a Gibraltar issue, this is the first time that we're going to see a British Prime Minister actually come to Gibraltar, and I think it's a huge success, a huge feather in the cap of the Gibraltar Stronger In campaign to have achieved this, and in particular of Jem Alias.
Stronger In, he's going to be campaigning for that, but do you think that on stage, as he addresses the crowd tomorrow, he's going to repeat that sovereignty commitment? It would really mark almost a new chapter in relations between the UK and Gibraltar that he does that on home soil.
Look, I'm not going to speculate on what he's going to say. I want people to turn up and listen to what he's going to say. I'm going to be there too. So are all the political leaders in Gibraltar. The whole of the House of Assembly, no doubt, of the Parliament will be there to support the Stronger In campaign. A lot of my predecessors, everyone who wants to see Gibraltar remain in the European Union will be there to hear the arguments that David Cameron is going to make in support of the Stronger In campaign.
I suppose that you'll also be meeting privately with Mr. Cameron. Are you going to use this meeting, this opportunity, to perhaps ask him to give some sort of commitment to Gibraltar in case of a Brexit?
I will be meeting privately with Mr. Cameron. I'll have an opportunity of putting arguments to him and ensuring that he's aware of the concerns of the people of Gibraltar. I think it'll be the 5th or 6th time that I meet with Mr. Cameron. He's turned out to be somebody who is prepared to listen to Gibraltar, to act to support Gibraltar. We've had an ear in this Prime Minister to the issues that Gibraltar needed to feed into Downing Street, and I've no doubt that tomorrow will be a further demonstration of his commitment to a British Gibraltar.
Just very briefly, talk to me a little bit about the background to this visit. I suppose it wasn't easy to secure.
Look, this is a visit that is on the back of the Stronger In campaign. The Stronger In campaign in Gibraltar are plugged into the Stronger In campaign in the United Kingdom. David Cameron is the lead champion of the arguments being put for Stronger In, and Gibraltar is voting as part of the United Kingdom referendum here. So in the same way as you see that in European parliamentary elections we get parties coming to campaign in Gibraltar, well, when there is an argument in the referendum, it's absolutely right, normal and proper that in the same way as those who are campaigning for leave, or for go as it was then called, came to do a short rally at Casemates, which was not well supported, the lead campaigner for the In campaign is going to be in Gibraltar tomorrow, supporting the Gibraltar Stronger In campaign.
As you say, good news for Gibraltar, this visit. You've been following the referendum polls at the moment. They are very much neck and neck in the UK. Is there a possibility, a danger, that the visit by the Prime Minister to Gibraltar is interpreted in the UK as the Prime Minister being a little bit desperate?
This is a huge success for Gibraltar. The fact that we count, the fact that we matter. Remember that the 4 nations of the United Kingdom are voting in this referendum, and so is Gibraltar. And it's right that we are set apart. We are a different case, different to anything that is going to be relevant to any of the other 4 nations of the United Kingdom, and it's therefore right that the person who called that vote and who gave Gibraltar the vote in that referendum should be here. That doesn't speak to desperation. That speaks to wanting to make the case, high and wide, and making sure that Gibraltar's idiosyncrasies and the issues that Gibraltar could face in the event of a Brexit are those which he addresses tomorrow when he comes to speak to the rally. Anybody who sees this as desperate, in my view, is not really understanding how important it is in any campaign to make your argument to the people who are going to vote.
I'm sure you're going to tell me it doesn't matter, but I want to ask you anyway, how do you think Spain is going to react?
Look, I think that Spain, Germany, France and Italy and all the other member states are saying repeatedly that they want to see the United Kingdom remain in the European Union. This is not an issue of, straightforward whether they're going to complain or not going to complain. First of all,
they're not going to like the visit of the Prime Minister to Gibraltar.
First of all, of course, it doesn't matter. I mean, the Queen could come tomorrow and it shouldn't matter what Spain thinks. But this is about a huger issue. I mean, Donald Tusk, who is the President of the Council, said yesterday that a Brexit could mark the beginning of the end of Western civilization. Now, those are important words, and you'd think that perhaps Mr. Tusk was engaging in hyperbole. But the Archbishop of Canterbury said more or less the same thing on Sunday, and even the Mail on Sunday, which has been not supporting but inclining towards Brexit, said this is an important opinion that we have to listen to. So I think Spain and all the other member states of the European Union will see the work that the Prime Minister is doing throughout the United Kingdom, and in this case Gibraltar, as part of the constituency constituency that is going to vote in this referendum as important work to keep together the European Union, and the guarantees that that union gives for peace, security and safety in Europe are ones that everyone will support. That
public rally tomorrow, you're asking people to assemble there at Casemates from 5 tomorrow afternoon. What sort of a turnout are you expecting?
I'm not asking people to be there at 5 o'clock. It's a Stronger campaign that is asking all of us to be there. I'm going to form part of this campaign and of this rally as I have until now. But tonight, with you, as leader of the GSLP, I'm calling on all our supporters to turn out. But perhaps I'm doing something that has not been seen before. I'm here tonight not just representing the GSLP, I'm also representing the GSD and the Liberal Party. And on behalf of the leaders of both of those parties, they have agreed I should also call for their supporters to turn up to support the In campaign at 5 o'clock tomorrow at Casemates. So on behalf of all the party leaders in Gibraltar today, I'm calling on people to have a massive turnout, to hear what the Prime Minister has to say, but also to show the Prime Minister the support there is in Gibraltar for staying in Europe, and to also thank him for the work that he has done in the times that we have needed him, when he has picked up the phone and done what Gibraltar needed, both in relation to Spain and the European Commission.